like a heartbeat. Yeah, my mind's keen, rushes of emotion. Now let's do it again. There's sweetness and adventure without a venture. TV's got your mind stuck on good reality. We are young, 'cause our soul is warm. Life's much more if we live it up. Life is all on schedule, but dead's forever. I send my condolences to the side of the drive. Some say I'm living in the moment. I say motion, I ain't got no potion, but we can touch the sky. We are young, 'cause our soul is warm. Life's much more, so much more. We are young, soul is warm. Life's much more if we live it up. Live it up. Live it
if we live it up. How you doing, guys? It is Friday. I got that Friday feeling. We made it. It's here. We have arrived. The weekend is nearly upon us. It is upon us. Officially, right now, I can officially state it is 6 p.m. on a Friday and it has started. Official. If anyone questions that, then you tell them to come and see me. Because I'm telling you, It's here. How are you all doing? Who we got on the house today, or in the house, or am I all by myself? I have no idea. Who is live? Who is not? I know I've got a nice cup of coffee, which is very good. And I got a little spot just here, which is not so good. But anyway, never mind. I'm going to doing, what am I going to be doing today? I'm going to be doing some photo editing. If you want to carry along with the show and watch, you're more than welcome. Let me swig coffee because I need this today. I've only had one cup of coffee and that is now. No, I tell a lie, I had one this morning. This is it, so I'm running on empty. But it's all good. It is all good. Cracking chat I had with a fellow photographer who's been on here before, Andy, out in Ireland today. Really, really good chat with him, telling me what he's been up to and how his career is going and what he's been out taking photographs of. And thumbs up to you, Andy. Hang on, let me just sort my moustache out. Just do that. Just do that. Yeah, he's really good. He's working hard. He's done some yachting photography. He's done some event photography, and we've been swapping ideas. I've even managed, the breaking news is, I should really title this, I haven't got a breaking news symbol. That's another thing I need to work on. Breaking news. Breaking news is that we might be able to do a live, YouTube live or something similar with Andy, and I'm going to interview Andy, and he's going to tell us about the type of photography he's doing. So that should be good. I've been wanting to bring in some new people, bring in some people, chat to them from around the world. So if you know anybody that might be up for it, give me a shout on my YouTube channel. Just send me a little message. That'd be very, very good. Today I am going to be live and editing photographs. I've been stuck in the office most of the day today, doing a bit of this, a bit of social media, a bit of editing. I haven't been editing any of my stuff, so I thought today's going to be a good day to be editing my stuff. Listening to the traffic out there, Fridays is not a good day to be going anywhere at all. So I'm glad I've not been going anywhere. So there's chaos out there. And I think we've got some good weather possibly on the way, although it does look like it's just about to rain out there. But we've got some nice big white clouds. So maybe I should have gone out and taken photographs. Anyway, I'm here. So it might be a quick YouTube live today. We'll see how we get on. So recently, let me just fire up the Mac, the other one. Hold on 2 seconds. Just hold on to your hats. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm in a singing mood today. Let me just put this in. Jack in the Green. Now, Jack in the Green. Who knows anything about Jack in the Green? Jack in the Green is an event that happens each year. Sorry, I'm being very rude. Two seconds. Each year in Hastings. I think it happens in other places as well. I went down to photograph this. It's the Jack in the Green Festival. It's around April time, I believe. Yeah, I believe I'm correct. April time, end of April, beginning of May. Let me tell you about Jack in the Green. Jack in the Green is about as mad as I am, but madder, and you're green. It's an amazing event. It's kind of got its roots into kind of pagan thing. In fact, that's the reason why I've kind of pulled it up, because I've had conflicting information of what it's all about. So I'm going to just do this and we're going to tell you about Jack in the Green, the history. Here we go. May the 1st has long been an important part of the annual calendar. It's the start of summer in these latitudes, and as such has always been a day for celebration. Absolutely. And it's a big celebration. The whole town, the whole of Hastings actually goes mad, and it's brilliant. If you want to go down and get some photographs of Great Grant, I'd strongly recommend you going down to this. It's brilliant. First time I went to it was a couple of years ago, and I'm going to show you the photographs in a mo, so I'm not nattering on about nothing for nothing. Nothing for nothing? You get my drift. Don't worry about it. It's Friday. It's all about seeing in summer, I believe, and the seasons and that kind of stuff. Lots of Morris dancing. So if you're offended by Morris dancing, it's probably not these pictures won't be for you. But it is great. It's a real spectacular. I'm surprised it doesn't get more coverage. Mind you, the year that I went, which was a couple of years ago, I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. Busy. Wow, was it busy. There's so many people down here. So it's kind of got its roots in the kind of pagan kind of stuff. But I distinctly remember chatting to a man that was covered in green paint, and he had floral face and all this kind of stuff. Hey Andy, how you doing? I was just mentioning you, buddy. I'm glad somebody else is out there talking to me. I was just talking about you, buddy, how we had a good chat earlier on. Anyway, so yeah, I was talking to this chap who was covered in green, and he had all these kind of leaves and everything, which is what they do when you go to the Jack in the Green event. Let's just move this because I feel like I need to talk to you, not be off to the left, not to the right. I need to talk to you. So I was talking to him and I said, well, it's kind of a pagan event, isn't it not? Still, I don't know what's going on with this. I really don't. Loads of wax. Maybe I need to get a different brand of wax for my moustache. That's better. He said, well, it kind of is, but it's kind of not. So it's quite confusing. I'm totally confused even telling you about this event, but I know it's very, very good. It's all about moving from winter into kind of springtime, and it's great. I'm going to show you the pictures. We're going to do a little bit of that. And he's just saying the moustache just gets better and better. It does, doesn't it, buddy? It's not too bad. Andrew's just said he had a good chat. It was a great chat. I really enjoyed it. It was good sharing, and I've told everybody live on YouTube that we are hopefully going to be doing a little, I'm going to interview you about all the photography that you do out in Ireland, and you're going to share some of your stuff with us, which would be really good. And I want to do that, and we're up for it. So jealous. You've got to grow the moustache, buddy. Now, it's, two things. Now, it's rather hot here. I have my lights on today so you can see me. When I'm editing, I do go a little quiet, so bear with me. And the other thing is I might have to turn that light off because it's shining right in my face and there's no way I can edit. So I might go a little bit dark, but never mind, that's fine. We can live with this. It's all live. Yeah, baby. Good stuff. Right, let me just put that down over here now. Let's see if this works. Let's do this. I did have a little bit of a problem setting this up today. I don't know whether my computer... I talk to the computer when I edit. So do I. I talk to myself. The frightening thing is sometimes somebody answers back and goodness knows where that's coming from. Maybe I'm just going a little bit mad. Anyway, right, okay. So when you start having conversations with yourself, then you've got to start the worrying, buddy. Worrying. Now, these are the photographs. Now, I've just literally dumped these into Lightroom, okay? This is the full set of photographs that I took. No editing has been done. Did you hear me? I've got an orange juice over there. I completely forgot about that. It's because it's quite warm. It's muggy today, and I've got my jacket off. The coat might come off in a minute. That's it. Anyway, no editing. The sight chills me to the bone. It is. That's nothing, mate. Hang on. How many we got? 660 images there. That was a good day. Clearly, I was on fire taking pictures that day. I think I did. I don't know whether I did a periscope on that day. I don't think I did. I can't remember. So no editing has been done. I've normally, when you see my shots, I've done my first edit where I've gone through, taken out the rubbish. That's the polite way of putting it, and just done my official, just done my official first edit. Okay, so I haven't even done that today because I didn't have time to set it up, and it was a busy afternoon. So no apology is needed from me because I'm not going to give you one. Okay, right. Let's just zoom in and go through now. What we're going to do is we're quickly going to go through some images and we're going to have a little look and see what we've got. So it's always good if you have not visited your images for a little while. Listen to my hard drives whirling away. I'm on the G drive today, cracking G drive. It's a good drive, like his expression there. Let's put that down as one of those. So I'm just going to whiz through them, okay? Just having a little look. I think I've got a better photograph of him a little bit later on because I seem to remember putting one out, but we're going to put it up anyway. So this is early doors. This is early into the morning. This is called Shooting and Shooting, yeah. The event was the Green Man. Jack in the Green, it's called. Was it? Hold on. Jack in the Green May-Day Festival, and it was in Hastings. It's a cracking event. Really, really good. Did I put a P on that? Let's put a P on that. No, let's not put a P on that. Let's put a P on that. Let me just move your chat so I can see you. Lighting is pretty poor right at the beginning. Go here, go here. Let's see if we can do something. I will favourite it, but I don't like it because the expression, she doesn't look very happy. It's kind of a festival where you should be smiling and joking, but I kind of like it because it's sharp. So that'll do me. We'll come back to it. We could edit it out. So right at the beginning of the festival, they are in the old, I think it's the old, oh, there are. This is the Fisherman's Museum. I can just make it out in there. They put, I believe it's called the Jack. She does look miserable. I don't think it's going to make the final edit, but anyway, they put the Jack, which is a bit like a great big tree that comes out and it runs around and it's all hollering. So they were all waiting for this to happen. It's so complicated to explain. It's one of those things that you just have to be there. But just tell me, it makes nice pictures. So I'm wandering around now. I've got my usual setup. The crowds, it's getting busy. There's another photographer I haven't seen for ages. So I was a quick chat with him from the local newspaper, which was good. Editing, editing, editing. That's what we need to do. Wide angle shot. I'm thinking wide angle. Wide angle is what I like. I like wide angle shots, but also I've got the long lens. So occasionally I can ask permission and we can do some nice shots like this gentleman here. The location is not the best. As you can see, we've got a brick wall, although it's quite an attractive brick wall behind him. It's not the best of brick walls behind him. I will save it for now because remember, this is the first sweep, okay? We're not going to probably have time to go through 660 images. So I'm just going to do this really, really quickly and then we'll come back to our final edit. Like that shot. Don't know which one I like. So sometimes I choose two and then we just do. So this is a very quick edit. That's nice as well, like that. Happy people, it is a festival. Oh, look at that lens flare coming in there. Can you see that lens flare? Just about, where is it? Let me point to the screen. It's just down there in about that part of the, oh, I can show you with the cursor. Just there, look. Shh. Don't like lens flare. So we won't bother, shame. Like the wide shots, yeah, kind of atmospheric again, really, really wide. I mean, I think pretty much at this instance I was shooting wide. Look at this dude in the background here, look. He's looking straight at me, look at that. Shh, big smile on his face like that. Let's do that. Shame her expression's not a bit better. That's quite nice, but the angle's not very good. I'm being too picky. Let's just pick it. We can do second edit afterwards. Thanks, Andy. Very contrasty. Obviously, clearly still had the flash in my pocket at that time because it's just too much of a shadow on his face. But we'll put it up anyway. We might be able to pull a little bit of detail out. These are all NEF files, so we might be able to pull a little, just a little hint of detail in here. We'll see how we go. It's kind of nice. It's clearly got a lot of photographs of him because I'm sure I photograph him later on. Horny chap, kind of works for me. I think mouth open, but again we'll come back to that. We'll do two. Parasol. Quite nice. So these are the ladies. The ladies do some Morris dancing a little bit. Such a colourful event, mega, really, really colourful. I tell you, it's a real joy. I think I ended up covered in so much green paint by the end of it. It's a real joy coming out of winter and you kind of late April, thinking summer is just around the corner. Little detail shots are always quite handy. This chap's quite interesting. Not a lot there for me. Sticking her tongue out. Don't know why she's doing that. Just so much colour, so much going on. It can be a bit overwhelming when you're at an event like this. And you've got to go with the flow. I mean, no way am I going to keep all these images. Remember, first edit, just reminding myself now, first edit, that's all we're doing. Blurry as heck, Scott. Blurry as heck. It's quite nice. Oh, there we go. We do a little toast. heavily backlit, but we might be able to do something with it. So let's put a P on that one. So my P is just my pick, okay? What I will do is after this, if you don't know Lightroom, I would just be able to filter these down afterwards. Again, can't make my mind up between those two, so we go back. That's nice. Put a couple of those in just because they could be non-sharp. Not bothered about that. So in the moment, we're going to get to the moment where this bush-like thing, there's no other way of describing it, runs out of the museum. That's what they're waiting for. So there's a lot of shouting, as you can make out. That's a nice shot. Big, big smile, always good. Bit of hollering, shouting. Big bang on the door. The door is opened and the creature comes out. That's quite nice. Although he has got his eyes closed, but we'll stick with it for a minute. Loads of drummers come out, running around. It looks like they're out of sequence just a little bit, these pictures. I clearly had the timings wrong set up. So I'm shooting on 2 cameras, remember, so I would imagine probably what's happened is one's a couple of minutes different between the other one. But it doesn't matter. You see difference? See, really see the difference, right? Okay shot, better shot. Movement, see the movement in there? Much better. Even though we've got this white here, we'll keep with it, okay? I think we'll crop that down a little bit maybe. We'll go with that. The lighting was horrendous because, as you can see, it's coming straight at me, yeah, you could have flashed it, and I think later on I did a bit, put a flash on top of the camera. See how busy it gets. Oh, this is it. So this is the yeah, mine is set an hour apart, Andy was saying, on these 2 cameras. Yeah, it's a nightmare sometimes when you have to edit them, isn't it? So you can see the amount of light. Looks very, very challenging light. Yeah, so you can see the amount of lens flare that I've got on there. I'm on such a wide angle lens. So this is here. This is these. I'm sure he's called the Jack. This is the green creature. There's somebody underneath there that's running around. That's better. That's better. Nothing there, nothing there. Nice. Oh, nice. So you've got the face there. Can you just make out this face here? See if we can zoom in a little bit. Just there. Nice. My computer might go a little bit slow. I'm reading these off an external drive, which is quite full. Kind of like that, even though he's not facing my way. Just with that little bit of smoke coming in there. It's backlit as well. We'll keep it in, choose it later, decide later, make a final edit later, turn it into a masterpiece later on. Okay, now we've got the dancing going on. Horrible bit of lens flare down there, but you might just be able to get away with it a little bit. I tend not to. Such a pain when it happens, especially when you get. I got a lovely set of pictures in Spain, and I had the same problem. I've been taking photographs before now, and I've got my hat here, and I've actually. Hey Robert, hey, nice to join you. Thank you, buddy, for joining us. I've literally been taking photographs like that before now, just to get rid of that lens flare. It's just, you know, challenges of a photographer. There's a little bit of lens flare at the top of that, but we'll stick with that. Right, we want hankies being thrown around. We want a bit of dancing. We want a bit of motion. We can now, they've got the face in there. It's looking straight to us. Let's see if we can pick a few of these. We'll keep going. No. That's nice. Love the roundness of this. See, lady with the camera. Lovely. Like this. Big time. Look here. See, you can see the difference. Can you not? Can you not? Okay. I know we got Robert. Robert's a good photographer. Andy's a good photographer, professional photographer. But you guys that aren't professional photographers, when you're looking at an image, right, your edit is so important, okay? Your edit is so important. You see the difference, how look, suddenly that image comes alive, and we haven't even edited it yet. It's got a feeling about it. It's all about the feeling, baby. Let's just put a P on that one because I don't think I've marked it up. Although she is spoiling the rest of my pictures here. Look, can you see? So it works in one, but now I'm a bit tired of it now. Look, because it's all happening in the middle and all I can see is her looking at her phone. Anyway, we'll move on. Nothing there. Nothing there. It's quite nice. I quite like these shots looking down after. If you're ever in a festival and an event of any kind, look at what's left over. Look at if there've been ticker tape flying around, flowers, if there's been rubbish, I guess, you know. Sometimes they can be, you know, or running, if there's runners and they're throwing bottles around and there's empty bottles of water or oranges or apples or something like that, can tell the story. Look, always looking up above, round below, round the side, round the corner, continuously. Can't stress it enough. You get so fed up with me saying it. I tell you where, if your confidence, coffee, I need more coffee, 2 seconds. If you're not a very confident photographer or very confident in talking to people that you've never met before, and you feel a bit awkward with going up, and believe it or not, even I do sometimes, right? Going up to total strangers and doing a photograph. Go to events. Events are great. Car events, these kind of events. People are expecting you to take, especially something like this, carnivals, festivals. They almost will look at you with disgust if you don't take a photograph of them. So it's a great way of building up your confidence in taking pictures. Okay, breaking news. Let me just stop here just for a second. We have some breaking news today on the situation with coffee with Robert. Now, Robert, for the last week, has had 3 coffees a day. I can't remember how many he had yesterday, Robert. But Robert, let's just bring up the coffee chat. Hold on 2 seconds. Here we go. Coffee chat time. He's down 1 coffee today. I think you had 2 yesterday, Robert. You're down to 1. So the caffeine level must be quite low. I hope you're feeling all right. 1 coffee, that needs to be rectified very quickly. Right, back over here. Let's move me out the way. Mad, you fool, Mr. Ramsey, you fool. Right, okay. Lots of lens flare in there, although it's nice pictures, so we're going to tag that as well. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like I need a bit dizzy. Yeah, I bet you're feeling a bit dizzy. No, nothing in there. No. No. Clearly, I'm trying for detailed shots now, just to kind of sum something up. To me, it doesn't say a lot at all, really. Don't think I'm bothered. Slightly better. Ah, musicians, they're quite interesting, apart from the lady that's looking right at the camera, just there at me. Although, I do get a bit picky sometimes. I don't like people looking at the camera. She's now looking the other way. That doesn't work. I'll put it in anyway. She is at least smiling. So this is where you can get a good overall shot. I've come away from the situation. They now march. Was that something behind me? That's really spooky. I really thought something went past me then. Oh, dear me. Maybe I've got a ghost. Oh, we got a question. Hold on. Robert Slater, I nearly approached an old gentleman today, but he looked to be enjoying the sun too much. Took one from a distance, though. So Robert's on about going out in the sunshine and doing some pictures. Yeah, it's difficult actually when it's the sun shining and you're doing those kind of weather shots. It's difficult to go up to them. You'd be surprised. Sometimes it works, but I bet your distance shot looks good. I hope to see that if it's all working well. Good on you. Brilliant. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Getting out there and taking pictures. Practice, practice, practice makes more work for everyone. Right, okay, so this is the place down, so this is Hastings. Now, this group of people all dressed up in lovely green stuff now kind of parade and bang their drums and walk all the way through the old town of Portsmouth, and they go up onto a big hill. So I'm now following them, thinking, right, we want some nice wide angle shots. So it's almost there. I don't think it is, because really, if you can see, the main parade, should we call it, it should be here, should be further forward, not all the way back here. Although it does look quite nice with these angles here, and it's quite wide. But we'll see, maybe I've got a better one. Ah, look, there we go, as if by magic. It's a little bit better. It's very dark in there. We might be able to lighten it up just a little bit. That's quite nice. There's two shots there. There's probably that one. Let's go for that. I like Hastings. I love Hastings. To take pictures in Hastings is beautiful. I absolutely love it. There's something about it. They've got an inshore fishing fleet. So these black buildings that you can see behind there, I believe where they used to... they're either where they put the nets or they're smokehouses. You have to forgive me. Every time I start a sentence today, I seem to not be able to finish it because I think I'm just a little bit tired. But it's all kind of fishing industry down there. And it's the largest inshore fishing fleet, and they actually bring the trawlers right up onto the beach. Many years ago, I actually taught my way onto a fishing boat and went out with these guys, and I tell you, total respect for what they do. Dangerous work, dangerous work. Right, let's look at these images. And also there's a photographer that you can just see his photograph right in the background there, and he's done these lovely portraits, and they've displayed some of them around Hastings. Honestly, if you're a photographer, go down there. You'll lose a day quite easily taking pictures around there. Whatever the weather. Whatever the weather. Just watch out for the seagulls. There's lots of them. In fact, this was the job that I actually got pooed on. There's no other way of putting it, so apologies if you're offended. Pooed on by a seagull. But it's meant to be lucky, so we're fine. Did I tag that? Yes, I did. Let's keep going, Scott. Right, I'm going to be tough. I'm going to be tough on myself here. That's quite nice, although it is the back of him, her. Fishing is almost as dangerous as being a photographer. Yeah, almost. I like it because I like the ribbons coming down the back, although it is the back of the creature, object, person, thing. It does work, I think. Down low. I was going to have a real moan about this just for a second. If you're ever at an event, please, if you're ever at an event, try and stay back just a little bit. Yeah? Because what will happen is, if you get your tripod out in the middle of a parade that's coming down towards you, you just here you can see, you might be in the way a little bit. I bet he got a cracking shot though. I bet it was absolutely brilliant. I'm only jealous. I wish I had a tripod that colour. Why has he got a tripod in the data? Andy, I don't know. I don't know. Live dangerously is what they say. Free yourself from the tripod and just go for it. Leave the tripod at home and just go for it. He's an elderly. To be fair to him, he's an elderly gentleman. Maybe he suffers. I'm not. I don't even know who it is. Maybe he suffers. He's got a little bit of. He can't keep the cameras maybe as still as he wanted to, or something like that. So I shouldn't criticise anybody. That could be the reason. But handheld, yeah. If you can hold the camera nice and steady, and you don't need the aid of a tripod or a steady cam or whatever, then yeah, please leave it at home. Otherwise, use it all you want. No problem there. I'd rather see you out with a tripod taking pictures than not seeing you at all. Okay? Keep going. Lots of crowd shots. Ah, there's my good buddy. So this guy right in the centre of the camera running towards me is a photographer down in Hastings, actually. He's a really nice chap, editorial photographer. I haven't seen him for ages. I should probably send him that picture, actually. Been working away. Look at the light on here. That's rather nice. I think there's a crop in there. I think there's a crop that we can do and get that image. A beautiful light. So it's now being led all the way through the houses. Kind of like the grumpiness of the chap on to the left there. So this image needs quite a lot of work on, as you can see. So it's far too bright here, and you need to bring him up here. But I like his grimacing face. It kind of, there's something there. Drummers, you can't beat a good drummer, I say. If you're at a festival or an event, which is the one? I'm not sure. I think it's probably that one. Wow, he's got some piercings there. Good on him. You wouldn't want to catch them in anything, would you? Hey, closing the door, kitchen cupboard or something like that, that might hurt. I remember once, that reminds me actually, bang bang. Which one, the wide one you like? I think it's definitely that one. I'm just toying with the idea of putting the other one through as well at the moment. Let's see, we'll put both through. I don't wear rings anymore, but when I used to wear a ring, I remember one time that I was rushing out the door and I somehow managed to get the door handle of the door, obviously. It wasn't the door handle of the floor. The handle of the door, there we go, caught underneath the ring. And it just went like that, and it hurt like heck. So yeah, if you've got your piercings, just be careful. Close up, close up, close up. Yeah, I think so. Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a nice picture, really nice. It just needs to be over here. Do you see the image? I can't show you. I'm dying to show you. You know, it's I need to be another. Lose this guy over on the left, and then the lady there passing him a drink would be nice. But maybe I'm doing too picky. I don't know. More Morris dancers. Morris dancers. That's good. Oh, a bit of dancing. We like that. Like that first one. That's good. Hey, he's shaking some stuff there, isn't he? Hey, he's really into it, and he's got a beard. We must have a photograph. We must include this guy just because he's got a beard, sunnies on, and he's rocking it. He's making the event happen. Right, landscape shots. You see this kind of shot now? Okay, so your wide angle, the action is coming towards you. Again, you change your position just a little bit. And sometimes it's nice to put, I don't know, there's probably a technical term for this, so apologies if I'm not putting this right. But, okay, it's like a flat image like this. You can see it right now where you've got, it's almost like a landscape picture of an event. And you've got people in there and it's a good scene setter. Yeah? Not normally that wide. Yeah, I mean, it'd be even better if they were doing this, wouldn't they? See, I could be a Morris dancer. But they're not. But it still works because you've got the old Hastings and the buildings behind there and the guys walking down and the ladies and you've got the colour and everything. I think it works. It's all these little tricks that I'm giving you that would just work. You can do, you think, I've done that shot before and it's amazing how many times it happens on different events that you can go, oh yeah, I remember when I did that shot. Now I do remember later on I get a bit funky with my photography and I start using a flash. I'll show you just in a minute. Let's just keep an eye on. No, did I pick that one? I did. Okay, let's just swing through this. No. If I want a photograph of a stock picture of a dog, then maybe. I don't know. I don't even know whether it's sharp. No, it's not, so we won't bother. It's rather woolly, as they say in the trade. It's a woolly image, so we won't bother. Okay, more drummers coming down. Let's see if we can whiz past these. Not particularly bothered. I'm going to pick it anyway. More drummers. A lot of drummers at this event. I can't remember all these drummers. It's quite interesting. That's got stock written all over it. Yeah, I think it probably has, doesn't it? Quite like that. Very stern, mate. I think it's you need to be stern to play the drums, I think is the answer. So these different Morris groups have travelled all over for the event. Not fussed about it, doesn't do anything for me. If they're all looking in one direction, it'll be a better picture. It's just nothing. I'm searching. You can tell, you can see. Thanks, Andy. You can see now, you see how it's all happening, and now I'm looking for other images. Okay, try that. Beautiful light out there this evening. Just looking out my office window, and it looks rather pretty out there this evening. Anyway, carry on. Possibly, it's very dark, very contrasty. Oh, look, we're back to the more dancers. No, not interested, not interested. No, had enough of them now. Bored. I got quite a short attention span, so it needs to be absolutely really stonking. That's quite nice if we can bring those highlights down, because it's very, very below now. I got a feeling we're not going to be able to save that image, but we'll have a little look as we edit it. That could be salvageable, if that's even a word. Well, that's a moustache and a half, or a beard rather. Horrible image, not bothered, not bothered. Okay, so now I'm ahead of the hundreds of people, if not thousands of people that are going, and I'm thinking, right, I want a nice image. I want to be really close to the subject. I'm back now on my wide. I've left them. They're walking around the town, and I know the road that they're gonna, or the roads they're gonna come up. And I'm thinking, right, I want a nice wide-angle shot. I want it on a bend. So the reason why I want it on a bend is I want to be really wide. The light was, you can see, it's a really bright and horrible sunny day. I tell you what, give me overcast and dull any day of the week when I'm taking pictures, because I kind of prefer it. Lots of people images for me coming up. Two fates next weekend. Hey, that'd be good. Yeah, really good. That's Robert. Brilliant. So I've moved now, and I'm looking around the town. I'm not brilliant at all the locations in the town, but I managed to work out where they're walking. Let me just turn my volume down a little bit. So I'm going wide now. I've got now my flash out. I've decided I need to throw a little bit of light in there, okay, because I want to show the whole of the town, the people with amazing costumes coming through, and I've got a flash on the extension lead, okay? Extension lead, flash, camera around my shoulder, handheld, and I can move it around and try and do some images there just to give it a nice bit of even light, but see whether we can get anything out of this. These are just test shots. I'm just playing around with a couple of test shots. So some people started walking up. I'm just doing test shots. I'm also taking the opportunity to do some shots on a long lens, just some kind of stocky photographs. Yeah, it's just that's fine. It's not what I was there for, but you know, it's ribbons in the top of a church, which is fine. Don't know what happened there. I'm guessing the camera went off. There you go. Never mind. Keep going. Quite nice with all the people waiting in the churchyard, which is quite nice, like that. It needs editing big time, but I think it will possibly work. Quite like that as well. The bit of movement in there is quite nice. So you can see my flash now, right? I'm just literally doing test shots, just trying to get something. People are coming up here. I'm throwing that little bit of light in there. You imagine how dark they're going to be, yeah? So they're getting a bit of a shock when they're arriving to me, but it works quite nice. And because it's on a handheld, I'm hand holding it, it's not on top of the camera, I can bring it out quite far and get a bit of angle in there. You see it more and more now. To tell the story, you probably need this image, but it's not particularly good. I'm not that bothered about it, but I will have to choose an image of this if I'm going to tell the story of it walking through the town. So we'll keep that one there. We'll keep 2. Oh, there's my drummer friend again. Look, there he is. Kind of works. Somebody's taking a photograph. Okay, so you can see how wide that is, and it's almost too high. I'm kind of going a little bit high, so I'm clearly now going to go down a little bit lower and try and get some images as they come through. I like the lady shot, huh? That's quite nice. Oh, nearly, almost. The photograph that nearly worked. Ah, look, we photographed him before. It's funny when you see the same people at the same events. Like the lower. Hey, Carol. Hey, nice of you to join us. Thank you very much. Very nice. Good to always have new people on board. Got a good bunch of people watching this evening, so everybody's welcome. Let's do that. Chimney sweeps. Buggies. That's nice. Like that. Even though he's looking down. Hey Jay, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Good to have you on board. Thank you for joining us as well. That's nice, like that. It looks like, I think I can just about get away with him as if he was playing the accordion. Yeah, he's concentrating on what he's doing. He could be looking at his feet, making sure he doesn't want to trip over, but I think he's probably concentrating. Let's just tag that one in as well. Kind of a newsy stock photograph, but I'm not too bothered. That's a lovely shot. If it's sharp, it's nice. Of the little girl, or the girls, probably from the school or something, joining in with her parents or grandparents. Lovely image, nice and bright. Lovely colour, really good. It's a worker, it's a doer. These girls are rather colourful in a green kind of way. So you can see they do a lot of the work for you. Have to run. See you later, Andy. Have a great evening. Thank you. Don't work too hard this weekend. Nice and smiley people. Yeah, gotta have that. Catch you later, buddy. Like that. Ah, there's the dog back again. Still think he's blurry. Just a little bit. Just see if it pulls in a little bit while it loads up. Yeah, mega blurry. Oh, cold coffee. Ugh. Shame, because it would have made a nice picture. Never mind. Yeah, he's cute, isn't he? So again, lots of people just trying to concentrate. Quite a characterful dog. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Kind of matches the people. Not sure about that image, but I'm going to keep it kind of like that. It needs a crop on it. It's far too wide. This is a very newsy image, okay? This is the type of thing that you would probably see in the newspaper if they decided to run the story on it. And for that reason, I'll probably pick it. But I would probably not bother. If I was putting these pictures up on my blog, it probably wouldn't be a choice. So I'm always thinking there's lots of different choices I'm making. It's not just this shot is good or this shot is bad. This shot could be of use for editorial piece about the event, but it's not an award-winning picture. Okay, your pictures don't always have to be award-winning. These are a bit more interesting, aren't they? So that one's better. I don't like the way the sky's blown out on that one, but we might be able to bring it back. So we'll do a pick on that one. We'll do a pick on that one, definitely. There's 2 or 3 of these. No, there's 2, so we'll keep both of them. That's nice. Nice colour on that. That's nice. This is interesting. See how that light is curving round? You can always play with the flash when you're using it. So if you've got the flash off here, wide angle lens, so I'm looking through this now, I can move this hand The dreaded white sky, yeah, nightmare. I can move this hand and you're almost throwing the light. You can direct it. And this is a good example because you can see this image here, how I've almost it's kind of, you are kind of throwing it because I'm moving, you know. This isn't studio photography. You haven't got a person over there setting up a tripod and you've got to bring the subject to you. The subject's moving towards you. This is off-camera flash. When it works, it's lovely. It's really beautiful. Screen on the green. That's just an event that I've got to cover tomorrow. My shopping list will probably come up in a minute, by the way, guys. Don't forget to buy your dinner for tonight. So I'm throwing the light around as I'm taking the pictures. Okay, it's very, very fluid. I've always been quite a fluid photographer in my movement and get a bit carried away. But you get my point. It is a shame that this lady here has got a bit of a grimace on her face, but I just really want to show you how the light works. So this is dark, the light's just picked up on her. I'm going to keep it just because I like the light. Heck of a reflection on his glasses, not going to bother. That's nice, I kind of like that. I wonder if I've got another shot of it. No, I haven't, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, sometimes you've got to go with the best that you can get in a situation. Yeah, in an ideal world, see more of the lady on the right. But this situation is moving very quickly, okay? You've got to go with what you've got. Done. No, no. Back to the long lens, shooting some stuff here. Not bothered about that. Mainly because the lighting's horrible, the quality of the picture is awful, and it just doesn't do a thing for me. Interesting with the beard, but it's nothing really special. Not going to bother. See, look at the difference, right? Look at the difference. Long lens shot. Wide angle shot of the same guy. Isn't that coincidental that that's fallen in like that? Yeah, and you've got some difference. See how Lightroom's just changed that for me? I don't like the way Lightroom sometimes does that. It's loaded it in and it's just done its own little thing on there. It's like, no, Lightroom, let me adjust it the way I want it. So yeah, good example, okay? So this is why I say get in close. Get in close with your subjects if you can. If you've got the confidence to do it. Get wide, make atmosphere, show what's going on all the way around you, okay, because this is classic, this is it, okay, the image that I'm not going to pick, and I tell you what, I'm probably going to pick that image, work on it a little bit. I've got two of them, might run with both. Let's do that. Interesting shot. You can just see the light scooting past the drum going onto her face there from the flash. Not really bothered about musicians, but I'll throw one in. It's a good stock image. My confidence is increasing all the time, says Robert. Brilliant. I still have days where I think, oh, dear me. This isn't... That's nice. I don't know why he's got... Oh, he has got a green nose. That's all right. I thought there was something over his nose. Like that image. Lots of movement in the image. Really nice. Good stuff. And these are events that are happening in this country all during the summertime. This type of thing, yeah. And you think to yourself, Morris dancing. I'm not bothered. I'm not going. You know, who's interested in Morris dancing? You know, it's got that kind of reputation. I'm going to have a drink of my orange juice, isn't it? But look at the photographs. I would not become a Morris dancer. It's not my cup of tea. But I like photographing it. It's good. Oh, that's good. Vitamin C, fresh orange juice, lovely. Right, okay, let's keep going. You never know, we might get through these. Waving to the crowd, but the crowd are a bit inactive. So I don't know whether it works. Put that one in as well. This character is great, isn't he? Look at him walking up the street. Excellent images, Scott. Thank you very much, Robert. Look at this. Great beard. Got a stag head on, he's dressed like a character from the woods. Brilliant, love it. Shame I got a photographer's back, but maybe I've got a better shot. I've certainly got a few of them coming up here, so now Mr. Photographer's out the way. Shame, because look, he's really got a stride on there and it really says a lot about it, but it's not perfect. Let's do that, and then do that. We can always edit it. Game of Thrones, yeah. Do you know what? I've missed Game of Thrones. I've seen one episode and thought, quite like the look of this. I should probably check it out. Oh, could be a nice image coming up, peoples. Could be a nice image coming up. If that is sharp, I'm rather pleased with that. See, my window of opportunity is quite... There's not much room for error. The flash is trying to keep up with me. That's my image. Just go in. See if it's sharp. Excuse me. Sharp enough for me. Sharp enough. Like that. Brilliant. I kind of like that as well. The side view is quite nice with the people taking this picture. So much to choose from. Very bright image, but I'll probably be able to tone that down a little bit. Same for that, but we'll keep it. Same for that. Now the images that I don't choose, I just get rid of, just delete them. Do you use servo mode, Scott? Servo mode? I don't know servo mode. What's servo mode? You have to forgive me, I've not heard of that one. Carol, thanks for the question though. Enlighten me, tell me more about servo mode. I'm going to Google that actually. Hold on 2 seconds, let's go over to the other Mac. Servo mode, is that in Lightroom? Maybe I know it as something else. Oh, autofocus you mean? Okay, sorry, I Canon user on the Nikons, I gotcha. So you're talking, is that particularly on Canon? I've not heard of it. What is AI servo mode on Canon? I gotcha. One shot is for when either you or nor the subject are moving. AI servo is for when either you or the subject is moving. Yes, I do. I gotcha. It's funny how the terminology is slightly different. And I never studied photography. I never went to college or university to study photography. I've always been a photographer, and I learned by being on the job. So a lot of my terminology for photography has come from years of doing it and being out in the field, and from like tutors. They're from the guys that are out taking photographs, predominantly editorial photographers. So we tend to call things with a bit of slang, and it's named differently. But yes, continuous focus is what I call it, yeah? So it's when you've got the camera here and the focus is continuously searching for you. I think that's, if I've read that right, I hope I have. And continuously focus. So yes, I do. No. Please, Carol, do not apologise for it. It's not a problem at all. I've learned something because now I know what servo mode is. So it's all good. It's all a learning experience. Every day is a learning day. That's what I say. So yeah, it's good. You gotta just be careful of it. You know, there's times that it works. If you're wide and you can follow the subject, it's pretty good. There's times that you do want the other mode in there, or you want to go fully manual, but very rarely do I do that, but sometimes you do. Okay, let's go. Oh, look, that image there. That looks kind of nice, doesn't it? He's looking straight at the camera. Oh, look, it's such a shame the flash didn't go off on that image there. Look, he's posing for me. Right there, straight at the camera, no flash. There's one with a flash. Let's just see. Look, can you see it? There's the next one. Just see if this works. Oh, slightly. It's there. His expression isn't as good as the other one, and it's probably just about sharp enough. I got a feeling, I did send a picture to the press from this event, and I know I had a picture of him, and I think it's not here. I think I've already edited it, and it might not be in this selection, but it's out of that sequence. We should know by the numbers: 346, 347, 345, and 348. So no, maybe it was that one then. Cheeky grin on the one behind. Yeah, let's go back, shall we? Yeah. You might be able to pull that one up. We're going to put it up as well. You might be able. It's just a shame that flash. It obviously clearly couldn't recharge quick enough to get me. I've seen the image, and then the flash doesn't. I think it was doing a lot of work, that flash, because it's only a little speed light. We'll keep both of them, edit them. Still might be able to get something coming. So now they're up on the hill. If you're interested, I'll carry on. If not, I'm going to go and have some dinner. We're going a little bit longer. Another 5-10 minutes. Because we can't go through all these, you'll be You'll be all bored of listening to my dulcet tones talking about photography and telling you to get up close. Hey Patrick, nice to see you on board. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're prepared for the weekend and looking forward to it. So now we've got these lovely characters jumping around on top of the hill right above Hastings. It's a long walk up there. I tell you, if you ever go, take a good pair of walking shoes because you'll be out of breath. Let's just see whether we can get something out of that. So at the moment, Patrick, as you've just joined, just to give you the heads up, and anyone else that's maybe watching and doesn't know what I'm doing, this is an event called Jack in the Green, which happens around late May, early April time each year, and it's a kind of a pagan-y type festival that's kind of to celebrate winter going and spring arriving, or summertime, the change in the seasons. And they all dress up in very green outfits, and you've got some characters here as well. So I'm just doing my first edit, just about developing some HP5 Plus. Well, there's a blast from the past. HP5 Plus, beautiful, beautiful film. Oh, used to use it all the time. From recently, no, these ones I've dived into the hard drive and I thought, right, it's about time these get edited. So these are a little bit old, these ones. Not a recent assignment. HP5 Plus, oh, lovely. Love the quirkiness of this. Look at that, the rabbit's head. Straight there, look. There's an image here, beautiful, like this image here. It's just weird. And you can work on that and you can play around with it. We'll process that another time. We'll come back to these guys and we'll do the actual processing of them. So these guys asked me to do a photograph for them and I said, yes, I can do a photograph of them. Absolutely no problem at all. And I'm just seeing what they're doing, really. Just letting things happen. Look at how odd that picture looks. Wirecast, yes, I have heard of Wirecast, buddy. If it's the same thing we're talking about, I haven't used it, but I have heard of it. Keep all those. So, flash a light. So while I'm at an event now, I'm thinking, okay, so I've kind of done the documentary style. I'm thinking now you've got these people with these amazing head costumes. OBS, yes. These amazing head costumes and gears and fancy dress kind of stuff. I'm thinking, well, I could try and do some portraits of them. So I'm going from documentary photography to almost kind of documentary photography, but I'm going to set up some photographs. So now when I'm up here, I go and talk to them and say, can I do some photographs, please? I explain who I am, what I'm doing, and, you know, here's my card. And if you want some copies of the pictures, let me know and I can send them. These pictures look like Alice in Wonderland, surreal. Yeah, they do, don't they? So normally people have no problem with that. So I've just posed them up and I want this surreal kind of people in costumes stood in a field. Remember, none of this is cropped. It needs to be cropped. It needs to be worked on. This is the initial edit. So no flash and flash. It's a technique that I often use. I will put no flash on the subject, do some images, and then sometimes I just pop a little bit of flash on there, and then you've got the best of both worlds when you come and process them. So if you noticed, I've tagged 3 of those pictures, and there's hardly anything, 4 of them now, there's hardly anything any different in between them, apart from no flash and flash, okay, and slightly different poses and the positioning of their legs. Yeah, you're covered then, absolutely. So again, this guy's quite interesting. Don't like the image, but I'll keep it. It's a press image. So look, now I've taken a picture and taken him now. Now, I saw this little marquee that was round the corner set up. But luckily it had sides to the marquee, so it's a lovely neutral backdrop. So I thought, ideal, I can come and do some photographs on there. So again, no flash. I've got the flash, bouncing it, changing it around. I'm working quickly because the subject is getting bored. The subject is not there to have their photograph taken. The subject is there to have a good time and probably go and have a cold cider or a cup of tea. Okay, so you've got they're good enough to give you your time. You've got to work as quickly as you physically can. You don't want to irritate this person, okay? It's quick. So I've already recce'd where I'm going to take them. I've kind of got an idea in my head. Boom, boom, boom. Use a modifier to soften it up. Good question. No, I haven't done on those ones. I think that's the no flash on that. image by the look of it. I do have a little, very compact little softbox that I've used. I don't think I was using it on that. I may have done. I don't think so. I should be able to tell in a minute, which works really nicely. So definitely that image there is nice. See how the flashes come in now? Yeah, sometimes. That's nice. See how different, a neutral background is great for this. Really good. Top tip, you've got to focus on their eyes. Ride in on their eyes, or go really extreme and focus on the hat and the rim of the hat and blur all their face out behind it. But if you want a good portrait photograph, always on the eyes. Make sure it's sharp on the eyes. Shallow depth of field really helps. Love the sternness of him. It looks nice and sharp. Big smile, that's good. Don't mind that as well. That's nice. Yeah, 3 images, nice. Now I'm on the roll now. I'm thinking, oh, I'll go and find some more people now. And they use exactly the same thing. A little mini studio. You can see the shadow behind them. Doesn't matter. Works for me. So you can see my flash is throwing in there. We've got a little bit of shadow on the white there. It's not too harsh, I think. We'll look at the edit when we do it. Do you use a single focus point? Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like to control exactly the point of the image that is going to be sharp. So then they all sit round at the top of the hill, and then they have lots of drinking and lots of dancing and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. So I'm wandering around now in the crowd. It really does remind me like of a concert in a park or something like that now. And just looking for images. Now, later on, I'm finding one. That's nice, like that. Wide angle shot, really nice. It's now turning into drinking time in Hastings, at Jack in the Green. And there was a lot of drinking happening. Not by me. Quite a nice image. Nice little detail shots again. Yeah, that's a good detail shot. The one I showed you earlier on was a load of old rubbish. I've no idea why he's got the green on there. So this guy I photographed earlier on, do you remember I photographed him right at the beginning, and he was up against a brick wall. So I've almost followed him all day long now, because we're talking quite long into the day now, and I'm going, I still want to get, I think he was from Canada, he travelled over specially or something like that. So I said, can I do a photograph? You can see the flashes off to the left of him, up high, coming down, gives you a little more interesting image there. So we'll keep that. I want him to actually look at the camera, and I have no idea. Some people don't always want to look at the camera. You can tell them until you're blue in the face, please look straight into the camera, and they will not do it. Same thing happens with dogs, funnily enough. Sometimes if I'm ever got to photograph a dog, some dogs will just look straight at me when I call their name, and then another time they just almost run away when they see the camera. They just don't like it. It's fine. You go with what you can get. So he's not looking at the camera, but that's okay. It's fine. We can do something with that. So you can see his full costume there, but it's too very okay. With soft light, yes, and cats, yes, cats the same. It's funny, isn't it? It's a nothing picture. It shows his costume, but it's too cluttered and there's too much going on. And you've got Portaloos behind him. It's just nothing. But I believe I said I'll send him a photograph of it, so I'm going to tag it. This guy was more interesting. So again, I'm going around. I want those faces. I want the faces now. It's a different style of photography I'm doing. See how much you can get out of one event. This is why I've shot 660 images from this. Yeah, because it's all this is going on around me, and I can get a real. You could just do set photographs on portraits of these guys and girls, and then back to the kind of editorial photographs there. Look. Editorial pictures, you're kind of having the picture, boom, I'm on the other camera, that looks interesting, get that. Getting a selfie with one of these guys. So the only thing I didn't do was get a selfie with one of the green men. I think I'm not sure, I'm torn. We'll go and have a look. So back, yeah, doing my portraits now, different character now. His eyes are too shut there, that's the image, eyes just about open. This guy was interesting. One of those. Nothing in there at all. It's not the easiest of things to photograph, actually. Miss Oppo. It's not the easiest thing to photograph a man dressed as a kind of a tree or a bush or whatever, because so they put him on this platform and everybody comes to see him, and they also, at the end of it, they rip them apart. So the man comes out of it and it stays there, and they rip them apart, and everybody takes a bit of the greenery home with them. That's all part of this kind of festival. So I'm just trying to get a decent... He's disguising, yeah. I'm just trying to get a decent shot of him, and you can see my mind is going, well, the colours are nice, and you've got the green there. It kind of works, but I don't think I've got an image. There's maybe one there. Don't bother. Nothing there at all. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. So this is the platform. They stand guard of him. And nobody is allowed near him. Camera not keen on that, no. Ah, yes, there we go. So now I'm trying to get a decent shot of him. So again, I'm just doing a portrait of him. Nobody is in it at this point, but they allowed me up onto the platform, which not many people were being allowed up on the platform. So juxtaposition, there's a bit of detail in the sky. Yeah, it works. I think so. Carol, it does, I think. See all the people around. Nice little portrait there. I've got a big reflection of me in his glasses, which is unfortunate. But we'll see how that comes out in a minute. Right, lots of dancing going on. Let's just zing along a little bit. Let's just go back to the here and just see what we've got here. I'm going to zing through a couple because I want to get this done. A lot of Morris dancing pictures, not too bothered about. This image here I actually have already processed, which is a nice image. I like that image a lot. I'll push that out. Now, down here, just have a little look. Can't see it. There's a picture of somebody that I took, and I don't know why it's not coming up. We'll just carry on for a minute. In fact, we don't have to even put it in developer mode. We can just do this like this. Just skip through them quick. So going to be really quick, probably going to go a little bit quiet for a minute. And let's just do this. So a lot of dancing. It's not sharp. I think it might pull in a little bit. Around the maypole. No, Carol, as long as I don't have to. So Carol's just, it's a good question actually. Carol's just asked whether you have to ask for model release or get model release forms signed when you do portraits. As long as you don't sell them for commercial use, so as long as you're not taking a portrait that you are then going to try and sell to a big global company that will use it for commercial use, so for an advertising campaign, you do not need you don't need anything like that. So commercial use is, it gets quite technical, but no is the answer as long as you don't use it for commercial purposes. Okay, so you absolutely fine. So these are classed as editorial purposes. You're documenting them. So I don't know where you are in the world, but in this country, thankfully, you are still allowed to take photographs of anyone, anywhere, if you're you know, for editorial purposes. So press, yeah, exactly. Press would be okay, yeah. And that, oh, you're in England. Okay, that's cool. I wasn't sure. Ah, this is the guy. Now, I thought I got a photograph of him. Do you see him? He reminded me of, do you remember the actor, the comedian? Is his name Robbie Corbett? What was his name? Did he die recently? Ronnie Corbett. Sure it is. Just checking on the other computer. Is this the chap I'm thinking of? Yeah, Ronnie Corbett. That's it. He reminded me of him. Big time. Not that I've ever met Ronnie Corbett. I'm sure it would have been great to meet him. And he just reminded me of him. So I've spotted him in the crowd. I've done some photographs of him. And then I actually had a chat with him. Really nice. Him and his wife go to the event every year. And I said, can I do a couple of photographs of you? I thought I got a portrait of him. I don't know where that is. I have to check because I thought I got a standalone portrait of him. But it was just the way that he was stood in amongst the crowd with these great big horns on his head. And he was dressed up and he had his walking stick. It was interesting. So we'll put a couple of those in. Might be able to do something. So then they do another procession. Lots of processions. This is late in the day now. And there's a lot of people around full of alcohol pushing around, but they're all good spirited, they're all fine, but it's a little bit kind of, I can't get into my shots, I couldn't get close enough, so I'm just having to look around. So they go round and they put the older guys will dab the noses of everybody with some green paint, which is fun. So that's a nice image that demonstrates that. So I'm really struggling to get a clear image of these guys, and they're moving quick now. Coming down. Ah, look, the drummer's back again. That's a nice shot, straight at the camera. Don't know whether it's sharp. That's nice as well. Big smile on his face. That's nice as well. Lovely, like that. Two nice images in a row. That's what we were talking about. Well, three even. Here, there, really good. Straight at the camera. I hope it's sharp. Let's have a little look. It's just going to load in. My computer's going to go slow at the moment. Yeah, that's sharp enough for me. Sharp enough for me. Let's go back on here. And then this one, just as nice. Sharper, in fact. Which is good. It's that same guy. Look, it's the same guy with the, with the piercings. I think I've followed him all day long. And this, I know, there's just something about this image that I really, really like. Yeah, it does a little bit, buddy. Great expression. Yeah, I like this. Is lovely shot. Absolutely, that's a really, really nice shot. So you're a real good human interest, you know. It's like, yeah, it's getting near the end of the day now. That's a bit of a sigh. Really good. Like that. Yeah, lucky with the lighting as well. So I'm still running the flash out on that one. I think, yeah, flash out to the left, a little bit more low power on there, just to give a little bit of, just light it up a fraction. Let's see what we've got here. So this, don't like that. Don't know why I picked that one. So you can see how close they are. I don't know what, I'd have to check what camera I'm shooting this, lens I'm shooting on, but it's something between 17 and 24 mil. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? When it all just works. Interesting, that's nice. And look at the lighting on that. So I'm low, flash is low now. I can't put my hands out too far. Like a perfect cup of coffee, absolutely. Great analogy. Flash is low, light up, boom, done. Lovely. Good. Got even two of them. Look at that. That's the best one, though. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So now they go and put them on the stage, and I couldn't get anywhere near the stage now, and they kind of rip it apart, and everybody takes a bit of the foliage, the dust on my Rubbish on my sensor. So I can't get close to it now. So I decide, you know what? People have been waiting all day there. You know, you can't just rock in and just push everybody out of the way. Remember, I'm not on assignment for anybody. I just want to cover this myself. You know, document it myself. So, you know, if I was there for a newspaper or a client and I had to do it, that's a different story. You say, excuse me, I'm working today, you know, but I didn't feel the need. So I stood back a little bit, long lens, just to see what I could get. I'll tag a couple of these images in, but I don't think they can see the light of day really. So you can see how quickly it's down. Look, I was trying to get a shot. There was this kid, you see, reaching out, and he throws all the foliage out to them. And I'm trying to just get the images. There we are. Look there. There's a good one. And there as well. Look, 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 look. See? Brilliant. Bit of an action shot. Because I'm thinking that sum up what's happening perfectly. No, autofocus, buddy. I tend to shoot everything on autofocus. So now I'm focusing on the crowd a little bit. Focus on the crowd, see where they're all reaching out. They're all going crazy in a good way, trying to reach. Girl, that's a nice shot. Don't know whether it's sharp. I don't think it is, but we'll put it in for now anyway. Somebody's tired, didn't work. And that's the remnants of it being lifted out the way. We'll keep it on because it's kind of a newsy picture. So now I'm just taking pictures. Don't know why I've taken that so wide. I have no idea why I've even taken that picture. I think they asked me for a photograph if memory kept. So there's quite a nice image there. Mad Jax Morris. Random people photographing. You see, they're quite, spirits are high now. But I wanted to demonstrate, I wanted to capture some photographs of the people carrying all the greenery that they've just kind of gone in and got. So that works, that's a nice image. And also show that they're up on the top of a hill. And now the festival is almost done, so I'm just always worth hanging around sometimes and just doing some stock images or just doing some last images of the day of them tidying up, that type of stuff, you know, because it finishes the story off sometimes nicely. So hence why I've got kind of this kind of thing going on here, floorboards on the stage, remnants of it. It's all about building up the story. People taking bits home with them. That's a good shot, like that. Sorry about my door rattling in the wind behind me. I haven't quite closed it, but I want to just finish that. We are nearly done. And then I'm now walking back down. Love that shot. That kind of sums it up. Look, bottle of Pimm's in there. Brilliant. Other brands of alcohol are available. Yeah, really like that. Good shot. Nice colour shot. So now I'm walking down, and as I'm walking down the town, there's all these little bits dotted around the town. So it's nice little filler pictures, they're called. Just people walking. That's kind of, I'd spotted this door. So you see my train of thought. I've got the door, I've got the picture of the door. And now thinking, let's put some people in the picture. Okay, to make it, bring some life into it. So I'm looking around and waiting for people to walk past the door, which people probably look at me and think I'm a bit mad doing. He's out of focus. I don't think I'm bothered, but I'll keep it just for a minute. Little victory sign coming my way as they walk past. That's fine. They got smiles on their face. This is cool. I quite like the image. It's good. Doesn't look sharp to me. I don't know why. I'll check that later. This is quite nice. Quite like that. And that. And again, as I'm going back down the town where we've walked all the way through, I'm again looking for those little end of the day pictures. Yeah? End of the day pictures. It's also a nice way of winding down when you've been on a big event. And that is it. So let's have a little look. How many we have left? So out of 660 images which I took on the day, Now I put, if it all works according to plan, now I just put my little flag. We've selected, so we're down to 252 images. So now out of 660, we're down to 252. That will now be my edit, and we could spend all weekend editing these and probably the next 3 weeks because there's a lot of images there. But that is my first edit, so I'll more than likely will double check those again because I've done this live. Double check those ones that I don't want. Delete them. There's no point keeping them, okay? And then these are my go-to ones, and then I will load these. Normally I would do this in another bit of software. I'd load them all up into Lightroom and I'd really work on the images and be critical and break that down. I don't have a set number that I will break that down to. I will just, a picture is a picture. If it works, it's going to be there. If it doesn't work, it's not going to stay there. So I could end up editing, taking 2 of them out of there and editing 250 images. Right? But there's no, you know, that's what you're there for. Then again, I could be really harsh and say there's only 10 images there, you know? And that's the way it works. Yeah, cool. I hope you have enjoyed having a little look at that with me. It's been fun to show you anyway the thought process and the whole set of images as I'm doing them. Not much editing going on now. I was hoping to go through them a little bit quicker. But it is an editing process, and it's just seeing how you pull these stories together and bring the images to create the story and document everything. Another episode, what I will do is we will start editing some of those. And we'll go for real. It's been fun. Yeah, thank you very much, Carol. It's been lovely to have everybody on board. Patrick, Carol, Andy, Robert, and everybody else that's been watching out there. It's been really good. I will edit those up, and we'll do pick some particular really nice images that I know have worked. There's 3 or 4 that stand out in particular there for me, and we can really work on those and pull those in and see what difference there. We'll do a start and a finish, or maybe 1 or 2 images, and you'll be able to really see. I've got jazz hands today. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of the weekend and have a beautiful one. Get out with your camera and what have you, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you very much for watching and all the great comments. See you later, guys. Bye from me. Straighten my moustache. Thanks then. Bye.